Hola everyone, JB Throws here back with another video, and today we're talking about Pirates of Speelunker Cave, the newest attraction at Six Flags over Texas for 2022. The construction for this ride has become more and more frequent, and it appears that we're almost complete. So in today's video we'll be talking about the construction update for this new attraction, and predict its opening date, as well as what we can expect from inside the attraction. Before I get into the video though, I would like to say, if you like my content and videos, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when new videos come out of my channel. I'm almost at 30,000 subscribers, and it would help a lot if you hit subscribe. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel for all those thrill seekers, where instead of only talking about roller coasters, JB Thrills has variety. And as long as it's a thrill, no matter the location or what the coaster or ride looks like, it's covered on this channel. So if you're a thrill seeker, you should definitely consider sticking around. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into today's video.
But my goal is to have it to be the first new theme park attraction to open anywhere in America, right here at Six Flags over Texas. Yeah.
All jokes aside, yes, Pirates of Speelunker Cave was supposed to be the first attraction open in 2022, but because of delays, combined with Ron McKenzie not being park president anymore, the opening got even more delayed, and lots of attractions got to open before it. So yeah, it won't be the newest attraction for 2022, but hey, at least we're getting it this year, and we can at least see its opening really soon. In fact, with some investigation, I think I can predict when exactly this new ride will open, but we'll get to that later. First, let's talk about the outside of the attraction. Walking into the Texas section, you'll see major changes with Pirates of Speelunker Cave. Noticeably, its giant facade. This new facade is a cave with a giant pirate ship on top. The footage shown here was actually recorded a few weeks ago, so it's not entirely updated, but there has been some photos that revealed its newest update right now, which is the addition of a cannon, flag, and some broken pieces of the ship to make it look like it crashed on the rock. Honestly, the attention to detail is absolutely amazing, and it's great to see that the entrance is looking exactly like the concept art that Ron McKenzie showed us when he was still in charge, meaning all of his ideas for the attraction should still correspond with the ride. And hopefully the new management didn't change the original vision for this attraction, but so far, so good. Anyways, if you compare the outside facade with the concept art, you can tell there's a lot missing, namely the giant sign that says Pirates of Speelunker Cave. With the rate of construction right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the sign go up real soon. Obviously, it'll probably be covered up just like when Casa Magnetica was just about to open, and they covered it up with an opening soon sign. So maybe this week we'll actually get to see the sign go up, of course draped with a tarp or something else. The facade isn't the only outside work being done though. In fact, the ride is in the process of getting themed. When the ride was announced, Ron McKenzie did say it would have a themed and immersive queue, and basically it'll be very similar to Pirates of the Deep Sea at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and that queue is actually really amazing. But if that's the same case for Pirates of Speelunker Cave, then there's still lots of work to be done. I say this because there's still open parts of the attraction, and queue work barely started this weekend, with walls around the queue and some slight theming being seen. The entrance also clearly has the warning sign, just like every other attraction, so that's a good sign. My only worry though, is that if they barely started with the queue, let's say the attraction does open in a week or two, I'd say that's pretty fast to theme everything. And hopefully it's still at the full detail and immersive experience that was promised. But you never know, if they work daily and they work hard, we could see all of that theming being done real quick. Still on the queue, it will also be very different than it previously was before. Obviously there's more theming, but its entrance, exit, and overall layout will be completely different. Prior to the new attraction, you would enter where there's a wall now, and go through the outdoor queue, which is switchbacks. Then into a building with more switchbacks, up the stairs into the loading platform. You would then ride the ride, return from the ride in the same location, and exit in a different set of stairs, which is now blocked off. But then last weekend, those stairs and the other stairs were both removed, most likely to make it more wheelchair accessible, but also because the queue's layout will be changed. You're now entering to that cave, which fun fact was the original entrance of the original Speelunkers. You'll then walk through the themed queue, and because I don't see any stairs anymore, I'm assuming it's a switchback, of course indoor and themed, and you'll actually go behind to a different building where the queue continues. Then you'll come out of that building and be placed right in the center of the loading platform. And as for how to get to the ride's exit, I'm still a little bit confused on that. But what I do predict is that the outdoor switchback will now become the exit of the attraction. I say this because they actually painted the little fences for the queue, the outdoor one. And why would they paint it if they were gonna just end up destroying it? So I'm guessing they're not going to destroy the outdoor queue and instead use it as an exit, because the original exit is now closed off. Or I'm wrong and you end up going through the queue, which is the cave, go outside for a little bit, then through a different building and then back inside. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. Another thing I'm curious about is how they'll theme the outdoor warehouse, if they'll add any extra details to make it look more piratey. And it appears they have, but I feel like it still needs work. And for some reason there's a weird Easter egg of a can that says Acme, which is the iconic company from the Looney Tunes universe. And it's unknown whether that's just an Easter egg, or maybe the Speelunkers team up with the Looney Tunes. But that's just a stretch. Anyways, moving on from the outdoor construction, there was also another promise made about this new attraction, which was the introduction to a brand new themed land that'll come with this new ride. Ron McKenzie stated that when Pirates Speelunker Cave would open, this small little Texas area would be converted into a coastal area, and it will have a pirate/harbor theme all over it. And so far, we've seen that already. During Fright Fest, we saw a little glimpse of that. And now, there's still a very coastal theme right in front of Pirates Speelunker Cave in that blank cement area, with some small little theming elements. But the most notable change is definitely the facade of the building right in front of Pirates Speelunker Cave, which is the opposite side of the hotel facade from the rodeo attraction. This little building has been used during holiday events and used to have a stage next to it, but now it's entirely ripped out and the building got repainted entirely. It could just be a normal repaint, but I feel like if they remove the stage, it's probably for something greater. Most likely, the progress of retheming the entire area to a port, because the color of the building, with the minor architectural changes, gives off a very seaside vibe. And maybe in that empty location of the stage, they'll have a giant prop or something for Pirates Speelunker Cave. And another thing that not everybody noticed about the update to this facade was the installation of speakers on the building. Those were not there before. And I predict that they'll probably use it to add ambient pirate-themed music to theme the area a lot better, which is honestly a great idea. As for any other theming changes to the area, this is pretty much it. But we'll keep our eyes open as time progresses because anything can be added. Finally, let's take an update on the inside of Pirates of Speelunker Cave. This was by far the hardest to get an update on, considering that no one can see it unless you actually work there. But lately, there's been a lot of activity. First off, there's of course theming. We've seen minor theme changes with pirate barrels, pirate themed lanterns, and pirate wood everywhere throughout the station, and even going into the ride. It also appears that the boats for the attraction might be themed to a pirate ship, because as spotted in the photo, if you zoom in, it looks like it has little circular windows like a pirate ship. So that's a nice attention to detail. As for the story for the attraction and what the Speelunkers look like, I have no idea. But it has been confirmed with an inside source that all the scenes, animatronics and more are all set up inside. The only thing missing now is audio, visual, and the bonus effects. Also some extra news, but in the Over Texas newsletter, they talked about Pirates of Speelunker Cave and mentioned that it would have 17 scenes throughout the ride. Yes, 17, with apparent cinematic effects, and of course animatronics. But yeah, 17 scenes is definitely a lot, and it's way more than previously. On the bright side, they have been working on the inside of the attraction for a very long time. The reason why we're just now seeing construction is because this is the construction that's very physical and easier to see, which is the queue. But 17 scenes is very exciting, but that's only the tip of the excitement for this ride's progressing construction. Because some other great news is that they might have already begun testing. Last weekend, Facebook user, Coffee Coasters, and Jerry Mercer took some pictures of actual water running inside Pirates of Speelunker Cave, with the boats floating above it. This usually never happens unless the ride is actually testing. And we've seen this before when El Asadero Flume 1 was actually turning on as well, a few weeks before opening. Right when we saw water on the actual attraction, 2 weeks later, it opened. So it could be the very same case for Pirates of Speelunker Cave, but of course maybe a little bit of a delay due to continuing construction for the queue and any extra theming elements. I've heard rumors that the attraction would open during spring break, and that does seem very reasonable. If they're working hard every day this week, they can get a lot done. But honestly, I feel like it'll be too rushed. From where we are now, I don't think we're in the shape to open during spring break, though it's very possible that they open the weekend right before spring break ends, like that Saturday or Sunday, or maybe even allow a membership preview. But I give it like an 80% chance. If it doesn't happen during spring break, I give a 2 to 3 week wait. They gotta finish everything up and make sure it's all functional. This is a highly detailed attraction, so for those complaining that it's taking too long for it to open, honestly, we should just be patient. because if we rush this attraction will not be as good as it was supposed to be. And the more time we give Six Flags, the more theming and the better experience we'll get for Pirates of Speelunker Cave. But I do predict that it'll open very soon. In fact, there's a way to signify how close we are to opening. Testing was already a sign that we're almost there, but the closing case that the attraction will open like in the next few days or in a week, all depends if the sign of the attraction gets put up this week. If we see the sign for Pirates of Speelunker Cave get put up and installed by the end of the week, and if they do the same thing as Casa Magnetica and put a tarp over it that says coming soon or opening soon, the attraction will definitely open towards the end of spring break on the March 19th/20th weekend. Again, all depending on teasing and the sign of the attraction. If it doesn't open during spring break, it will definitely open the weekend after. But the best way to tell is with any teasing or any news, and of course if the sign goes up in Pirates of Speelunker Cave. That's the major defining trait of its grand opening. But anyways, those are all the updates on Pirates of Speelunker Cave right now. The ride is progressing a lot faster, and its opening date is nearing quicker and quicker. And honestly, I cannot wait to finally ride this attraction after all that wait, and get to experience a new version of the classic Speelunkers for a whole new generation. But anyways, I'll be keeping you updated on any news about Pirates of Speelunker Cave. And when the opening date gets announced, I'll be the first one to let all of you know. So definitely make sure you have the notification bell to know when any news comes out. Anyways, what do you think? Are they rushing Pirates of Speelunker Cave? And will it be the same idea that Ron McKenzie had? Comment down below. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is JB Thrills signing out.